Hello, and thank you for this opportunity to present today. My name is Nicole Walker Johns, and I will cover transforming the Army ROTC inventory management system. I want to start with a number that should get everyone's attention $111,000. That's how much money we're losing every single year due to inventory management inefficiencies in our Army ROTC programs. But here's what concerns me even more it's not just about wasted dollars, it's about the compromised mission readiness. It's about cadets missing critical training opportunities. It's about the future officers we're preparing to lead our armed forces. Today, I'm going to show you how we can transform this problem into a strategic advantage. I'm going to present a comprehensive solution that delivers a 73.3% return on investment while fundamentally improving how we train the next generation of military leaders. This is more about than just fixing a broken process. It's about building the future of military logistics education. Let's get started. The challenge, operational inefficiency crisis. So let me paint you a picture of what we're dealing with right now. The current state of Army ROTC inventory management systems. We're operating with manual tracking systems and paper-based requisitions. Yes, in 2025, we're still relying on paper. The result? Equipment shortages that average 14 to 21 days. Think about that. 3 weeks where cadets can't get the equipment they need for training exercises that are scheduled months in advance. Look at these numbers. Our supply personnel are spending 15 to 20 hours every single week on manual administrative tasks that modern technology could automate in minutes. That's half a work week lost to paperwork instead of strategic planning and mission support. But here's what keeps me up at night. Cadets are missing critical mission training opportunities. When equipment doesn't arrive on time, we can't just reschedule field training exercises or leadership development activities. These missed opportunities directly impact their mission readiness and their development as future officers. Inadequate forecasting and lack of inventory visibility aren't just operational inconveniences. They're compromising our core mission of developing leaders for the United States Army. And that $111,000 annual cost, that's money that could be invested in better training equipment, additional programs, and enhanced cadet experiences. The opportunity, strategic transformation. But here's where this gets really exciting and why I'm so passionate about this project. We have a tremendous opportunity to completely transform this operation. By implementing a comprehensive automated inventory management system built on proven GCSS Army principles, the same system that manages billions of dollars in Army equipment worldwide, we can achieve results that might seem ambitious but are grounded in real-world data. Let me walk you through what's possible. First, a 40% reduction in processing time. That means equipment requests that currently take 3 weeks could be fulfilled in less than 2. Second, 25% fewer stockouts. No more cadets showing up to training without the gear they need. Third, 85% forecasting accuracy, up from barely 70% today. We know what we need before we need it. And perhaps the most important, 100% real-time visibility. Imagine being able to see at any moment exactly what equipment you have, where it is, and when it's due to arrive. Now I know some of you may be thinking this sounds too good to be true, but these metrics aren't just pulled from thin air. They're based on documented results from military logistic transformations and Internet of Things integration research published in peer-reviewed journals. Organizations implementing similar systems have achieved these exact results. And here's the best part. This isn't just a solution for one Army ROTC program. We're creating a scalable model that can be replicated across all 273 Army ROTC programs nationwide. We're talking about transforming how the entire Army prepares its future officers. The solution, GCSS Army Integrated Framework. So, you may be wondering, how exactly do we make this transformation happen? Let me break down the solution into 3 integrated pillars. Pillar 1, automatic tracking. We're implementing barcode and RFID technology, the same technology that FedEx and Amazon use to track millions of packages every day. Every piece of equipment gets a unique identifier. When it moves, we know. When it's issued, we know. When it's returned, we know. All of this data flows automatically to a cloud-based system that's accessible 24/7 from anywhere with an internet connection. Pillar 2, predictive analytics. This is where it gets really powerful. We're using artificial intelligence to analyze historical usage patterns, training schedules, and enrollment projections. The system doesn't just tell us what we have, it tells us what we're going to need. It generates automatic reorder recommendations before we run out. No more last-minute scrambles to find equipment for next week's field exercise. Pillar 3, system integration. And this is crucial. We're not just creating another standalone system that doesn't talk to anything else. Everything integrates seamlessly with GCSS Army, the Army's Enterprise Resource Planning System. We remain DoD security compliant, we meet all regulatory requirements, and we enable seamless data exchange with Army supply chains. Look at this workflow. Request, process, approve, fulfill. Every step is streamlined. Every step is tracked. Every step is optimized through technology and lean management principles that have been proven both in commercial and military operations. This isn't experimental technology. We're taking proven systems and adapting them specifically for unique requirements of the Army ROTC operation. Financial impact, strong return on investment. Now let's talk about what really matters to leadership and decision makers, the financial case. And this is where the business argument becomes undeniable. We're looking at a 73.3% 3-year return on investment. In the private sector, anything over 15% ROI is considered excellent. We're nearly 5 times that threshold. The net present value using a conservative 8% discount rate is $56,825. That's real value creation, calculated using standard financial analysis methods. And the payback period, just 1.8 years. Think about that. In less than 2 years, the system pays for itself and starts generating positive returns. Now let's look at what we're investing. The initial total investment is $85,000. That breaks down to $45,000 for technology and infrastructure, the hardware, software licenses, and cloud storage. Another $25,000 for training and implementation, because the best system in the world is worthless if people don't know how to use it. And $15,000 for system integration with GCSS Army. But here's what we get for that investment. We eliminate $111,000 in annual inefficiency costs right off the bat. But it doesn't stop there. Research from organizations implementing similar Internet of Things integrated inventory systems shows 35 to 45% reduction in labor costs. We're seeing 45% increases in inventory turnover, meaning that we're using our resources more efficiently, and 50% decreases in stockout events, which means fewer mission disruptions. These aren't my projections. These aren't optimistic estimates. These are documented results from real implementations published in academic research and industry case studies. If anything, I've been conservative in my financial projections to ensure we deliver on our promises. Implementation roadmap, 18-month strategic rollout. So assuming we get approval, and I certainly hope we will, what does this implementation actually look like? I've designed an 18-month strategic rollout broken into 3 distinct phases. Phase 1 runs months 1 through 6, assessment and design. We start with comprehensive process mapping, documenting every single workflow, every bottleneck, every inefficiency. We're analyzing 24 months of historical data to establish baseline metrics. We're engaging with stakeholders, supply personnel, ROTC staff, and cadets to understand their needs and concerns. By the end of phase 1, we have detailed system requirements and vendor selection complete. Phase 2, months 7 through 12, pilot implementation. This is where we test everything in the real world. We launch with 2 ROTC programs, enough to validate the system, but controlled enough to manage any issues that arise. We train staff, optimize workflows based on real feedback, and monitor performance metrics continuously. The pilot phase is crucial. It's where we identify and fix problems before deployment. Phase 3, months 13 through 18, full deployment. We now roll out regionally to multiple university locations. We complete full GCSS Army integration. We establish continuous improvement protocols and scalability assessments for future expansion. 3 critical success factors underpin this entire roadmap: a dedicated project team with military logistics expertise, executive sponsorship to ensure resources and remove obstacles, and agile methodology so we can adapt quickly when challenges arise. The timeline is aggressive, but achievable. And every month we delay implementation is another month we're losing $9,000 to inefficiency. Risk management, proactive mitigation strategy. Now I want to be completely transparent about risks because every major initiative has them. The difference between success and failure comes down to how proactively we identify and mitigate those risks. Our highest priority risk is user resistance. Change is hard, especially when people have been doing things the same way for years. We're mitigating this with comprehensive training programs, early stakeholder engagement starting in phase 1, a network of change champions who become advocates for the new system and phase rollout with continuous feedback loops. Technical integration challenges are medium priority. We're addressing these through experienced vendor selection, working with companies that have done GCSS Army integration before, robust testing protocols, and dedicated IT support teams. Budget constraints, we're managing these with phased funding approaches and cost-sharing opportunities. Plus, with a proven 73.3 ROI, the financial justification is strong. In data security, which is absolutely crucial in military operations, we're ensuring DoD cybersecurity compliance from day one. Encrypted data transmission, role-based access controls, and regularly scheduled security audits. We've built in a 15% contingency reserve for unexpected challenges and established quarterly review protocols. We're not just hoping risks won't materialize, we're actively managing them. Success matrix, measurable performance targets. Let me show you how we'll measure success, because what gets measured gets managed. This chart shows our current state versus target state across 4 key performance indicators. Look at that transformation. Processing time drops by 40%. Inventory accuracy jumps from 75 to 95%. That's enterprise level accuracy. Stockouts decreased by 25% and labor hours dropped by 35%. But let me break down the specific targets. We're committing to 40% reduction in processing time, measured from requisition submission to equipment delivery. That's a concrete, measurable target that we can track weekly. Inventory accuracy of 95%. Right now we're at 70 to 75% with manual tracking. We're setting a target that matches best-in-class automated systems. This isn't aspirational. It's what these systems routinely achieve. 25% decrease in stockout events. We're tracking every instance where a cadet or a training exercise doesn't have required equipment. We're committing to that cut by a quarter in year 1. An 85% user satisfaction score. Because ultimately, if our supply personnel and ROTC staff aren't satisfied with the system, it doesn't matter what the other metrics show. These targets aren't arbitrary. They're based on 25 months of historical baseline data that have already been collected and analyzed. We'll conduct quarterly performance audits with adaptive targets, so if we're exceeding expectations, we raise the bar. If we're falling short, we adjust strategies immediately. Accountability and transparency are built into every aspect of our matrix framework. Strategic impact beyond single site implementation. Now, I want you to think bigger for a moment because the impact of this initiative extends far beyond solving an inventory problem at a single installation. Let's start with immediate organizational benefits. Enhanced training readiness means cadets get equipment when they need it, not 3 weeks later, not with emergency workaround, but on time, every time. Resource optimization frees up 15 to 20 hours every single week for our supply personnel to focus on strategic activities instead of administrative work. And budget efficiencies eliminates that $111,000 annual waste, money that can be reinvested into cadet development. But now let's scale this up. There are 273 Army ROTC programs nationwide. If every program implemented this system and achieved even half the efficiency gains we're projecting, we're looking at more than $30 million in national cost savings. $30 million that could fund scholarships, enhance training facilities, or expand program reach. And this solution is future ready. We're building in capabilities for AI and machine learning integration as those technologies mature. We're designing modular architecture that can expand to other military academic programs, Navy ROTC, Air Force ROTCs, and service academies. We're incorporating blockchain technology for supply chain transparency. We're not just fixing the problem. We're building the foundation for how military academic programs will operate for the next 20 years. We're demonstrating that Army can lead in logistics innovation, not just follow commercial best practices. We're showing that investment in supply chain modernization delivers measurable returns while enhancing mission effectiveness. This is about transforming how we prepare future military leaders in an era where logistics excellence is a strategic imperative. Call to action. The time to act is now. So we've covered the problem, the solution, the financial case, the implementation plan, the risk, and the impact. Now comes the most important part. What happens next? And that depends on the decisions made in this room today. We have 3 immediate action items. First, secure executive approval for this initiative. I need leadership commitment that this is a priority and not just a good idea we'll consider someday. Second, allocate the $85,000 investment. And remember, this isn't an expense. It's an investment that pays for itself in less than 2 years and generates positive returns for years after that. Third, launch phase 1 in Q1 2026. That's less than a month away. We have vendor proposals ready. We have stakeholder lists prepared. We have project timelines drafted. We're ready the moment we get approval. The financial returns are proven. 73.3% return on investment, $56,000 net present value, 1.8-year payback period. But more importantly than any financial matrix, we're transforming operational efficiency and enhancing how we prepare future military leaders. The question isn't whether we can afford this. The question is whether we can afford not to do this. Every month we wait is another $9,000 lost to inefficiency. Every semester we delay is another cohort of cadets receiving substandard training support. The time to act is now. Let's modernize Army ROTC logistics together. I'm ready to answer your questions and discuss the next steps. Thank you for your time and consideration. Have a great day.